the one I met taking me to the city was a nice guy. He came from Zurich and he wanted to have some cool like air and all of that for a day, and so he went up to, it's called Klausen, Klausen, for it was 19 degrees Celsius up there, he said. So then he was a youngster in his car, and that was really agreeable to drive with him and all. Then I went buying the food for the little boo-boo. Now I got mousse on me, like, gourmet cat food that they sort of say, they call it mousse. So for sure that one has no bits. The cat has to chew. So now I'm sort of running up to the house because I was like, yeah, a cat can be for itself for 1, 2, 3 hours, but he is ill. He didn't eat, and I don't want to frustrate him so that he feels like, now that I've overcome my want to die. I mean, this cat was about to die. It actually was, because days ago he was in the celery, and he was in the darkest corner with his face to the wall. And when I think of this picture, and also this really skinny cat walking about, it's all my fault, because I know nothing about cats. Bit by bit, with the internet and people that have cats, with their advice, I came to the kind of solution that the cat now is gonna get real meat, real blood to drink and stuff. So now, because it still has this stomatitis, it needs to take DMSO so that the pain will vanish. And I will just give it a lot of it now that I have found out the cat wants to live and wants to be in the sun and outside and stuff. I'm gonna keep the cat upstairs. It's not too hot with me, in bed with me. So yeah, that's why I went down today to buy some of that mousse, and I will put it into the refrigerator because one box is gonna rot away so easily. Like during a day, meat already starts to have sort of like yellowish, it looks like, funny stuff actually. Yeah, so I had a real nice hitchhiking hike down the valley, but now up again. I can tell you a story about that moron that took me with him. So I was living in the valley half a year ago or so, and the son of my neighbor took me with him. And now that he has let me out of his car right at the house I have told him before, I would be leaving. Now I found out that he is the son of my foreign neighbors. So he once gave me a ride, and I told him, yeah, I live there and there, but I'm not living there, and I have never lived there. And already then he knew I was lying. So I don't mind So need a rest for a minute and forget that moron. Yes, and I'm so glad I have that cat. This cat is teaching me, like, you know, with the stomatitis and the gums being, you know, inflamed or kind of a bit watery, I don't know how to put it. I cannot force the cat to eat, but I did, and I'm so glad I did. But I did it in a soft way. I found out how to actually feed a cat that doesn't want to eat. Yeah. And now I'm like, you know, I have a reason to go home. And when I go, like, to not just the city in the valley, but when I go to Zurich soon, I will be gone for like minimum 2 days, maximum a week. And if I'm doing so, I will have to have a plan for the cat. So I'm not gonna lock in the cat like I did today, right now. But today it's because when I was outside with the cat, the second place that we had, so the first one was under that evergreen Christmas tree thing, and the other place then was in the midst of it was beside the house, and then we were in the midst of a green lawn that had just been mowed by the farmer. So there the cat was, like, you know, once, and I decided then to take the cat to the house and offer it to drink. So then, yeah, because I went to the house with the cat and I looked at the entrance, I saw the black cat. So the black cat was inside and was just about to eat the thick meat my cat cannot swallow at the moment. So my cat is at home frustrated that it cannot swallow that thick meat. And now I bought it some mousse, and that mousse he can just bite and swallow in a gulp. You know, bite it from the chunk of mousse cake and then, yeah, swallow it. So actually I learned the cats are not really chewing. So the cat food they sell, the cheapest one around here, the bits are too big. No cat actually will, you know, love to have these big chunks in their throat. So I'm glad this, you know, this phase now of learning, this time we just gone through was perfect. So the cat will live maybe 20 years because I will now give him real meat, and the cat will not have to eat cat food. It will just have to actually, you know, dissect a real fish or real pork. No, sorry, poulet. What is poulet? You know, the animal. I forgot the English name. I'm so, you know, exhausted. Like last night, 1 o'clock, I wanted to listen to a PDF by Miles Mattis on some, yeah, on some topic, and I was just not able to get through the first few paragraphs. Probably I fell asleep. So the cat was in the celery, and so he was fine. The coldness soothed his inflammation, and today I took out such a lot of yellow stuff from his eyes. He's much better. I'm so glad I was kind of, you know, approaching the cat slowly. And now after like 4 days, I was dealing with him like a wet would, you know. I was actually flushing his eyes and cleaning out the stuff. I trusted into the, you know, that was the next step. So yeah, that's what I call the learning. The cat afflicts upon me. Yeah, and it's also showing me my whereabouts, you know, the urge to feed him, even though he's fine without food, the urge to give him to drink all the time, but he's fine without. If he needs some, he'll get up, and he knows the places where he will find water. There are several in the garden. There is, well, in the garden during daytime there was one, then now there is none, but in the cellar there is a place, and upstairs now he has a place. It's not running water as he would love to have it, but yeah. Yes, I love my cat. You know, I wanted to have a good life, perfect life, a cat life. No castration, no vaccination, no, you know, no more antibiotics. That one did the rest. Yes. So, you know, the good bacteria get killed by antibiotics just as well as the ones you want to get rid of. So now, since the cat whole system is unstable, the bad bacteria have taken over when the treatment with the anti-inflammatory drops by the vet, subscribed by the vet, was over. So that's not a good thing. Yeah. I just passed by a mushroom, maybe you noticed, and it was a kicked over mushroom. That mushroom I showed you yesterday when we were passing by here. You know, wow, look at that mushroom. And now someone was just kicking it over, walking down or upwards and kicking it over. How stupid this is. So yeah. So we'll be running up this speed to the halfway bench, and then we'll see how I have to continue. So I was wrong about yesterday. Yesterday around here it was 32 degrees Celsius. So really hot actually. And today it was 28. Someone told me. Yeah. But that's just the valley temperatures. Up on the mountain it's colder. Yeah. And I'm not measuring anymore. It's one of those things minimalism made me throw away, because when you really need the temperature, it doesn't help you to have a device to measure. Then you need like your toilet, the water in there to give you the signal to actually be doing something about the heat or coldness in your house.